Heartbreak for Rangers last night as the dream of lifting European silverware came to a painful end. After a valiant campaign in the Europa League, it was a 2-0 defeat away to Athletic Club in the Basque Country that sealed their fate. Goals came from Oyhan Sanset and Nico Williams, and despite Rangers throwing everything they had into the game, it simply wasn't enough. With that result, not only are Rangers out of Europe, but their hopes of finishing the season with a trophy have now vanished completely. But while the focus was on the pitch, there's been plenty going on behind the scenes as well. The ongoing Takeover saga involving the 49ers Enterprises, the investment wing of the San Francisco 49ers, continues to gain momentum, and there's a real sense that big changes could be on the horizon for the Ibrox club. We'll get to that shortly, but first there's a bit of buzz around who might be in charge of the squad next season, and a familiar face has the backing of some key figures in the dressing room. James Tavernier, the long-serving captain, and one of the squad's most influential voices, has publicly thrown his support behind Barry Ferguson, who's currently in the dugout on an interim basis. Barry, a man who knows Rangers inside out, took over in late February following the departure of Philippe Clement, and since then he's brought stability and fight back into the squad. Under his short reign so far, the team's reached the quarterfinals of the Europa League, and perhaps most memorably pulled off a stunning 3-2 victory against Celtic at Parkhead, one of the few bright spots in an otherwise frustrating campaign. Tavernier's endorsement wasn't just a polite nod either. He made it clear that Barry's impact has been real. According to the skipper, Ferguson has steadied the ship, brought proper demands back into training, and restored a sense of what it truly means to wear the Rangers shirt. He also praised the full coaching team, pointing out the work of Neil McCann and Billy Dodds, who've been instrumental in pushing the players and keeping the squad unified. Tavernier said it's not his decision to make, of course, but if it were up to him, Barry would be staying for the long haul. Ferguson, for his part, has played it coy when asked directly about whether he wants the job on a permanent basis. He's focused on the task at hand and hasn't been drawn into the speculation, even as the fans and media start to wonder if he could be the right man to lead a long-term rebuild. And given how the players have responded to him so far, it's not hard to see why many within the club are warming to the idea. Unfortunately, the European run came to an abrupt halt in Bilbao. The atmosphere was electric, the occasion massive, and Rangers were up for it from the first whistle. But after a couple of key moments went against them, including what many felt was a stonewall penalty that wasn't given in the first half, the tie slipped away. Tavernier revealed that he spoke to the referee about the incident in which his shirt was clearly ripped during a tussle in the box, but was told there wasn't enough in it to warrant a spot kick. Frustratingly, it's one of those decisions that can go either way, but on the night it certainly didn't favor the Scots. Rangers legend Ali McCoist didn't mince his words after watching the replay. He said it was a blatant penalty and called the decision not to give it an absolute embarrassment. And he's not alone. Many fans felt the same way, particularly after seeing Diesel's booked for protesting the decision. It's moments like that that can shift the momentum in high-stakes matches, and Rangers just didn't get the rub of the green. Despite the disappointment, there were a few moments of pride. The team wore special edition shirts for the match, swapping out their usual sponsor to highlight the Rangers Charity Foundation's Team Talk initiative, which supports men's physical and mental health through football. It was a classy gesture on a tough night and reminded everyone what this club means beyond the results on the pitch. According to John Joyce from the foundation, the program has helped countless men open up and connect through a shared love of the game, especially during difficult times. That sort of outreach is part of what makes Rangers such a unique institution in Scottish football. But now all eyes are turning to the Boardroom. As the Scottish Premiership season nears its conclusion, the potential takeover by 49ers Enterprises is entering what appears to be its final phase. The American investors already own a controlling stake in English side Leeds United and are now looking to expand their footprint by taking a majority share in Rangers. Talks have been progressing for months, and it's believed a deal in principle was struck back in March. Now it's all about crossing the T's and dotting the I's. The idea of fresh investment has got many fans excited, with Celtic still leading the title race and the gap in financial firepower becoming more apparent. A cash injection and new leadership could be exactly what Rangers need to turn the tide. There's real hope that under the 49ers, the club could enter a new era of ambition with better resources, more strategic planning, and possibly even deeper links with Leeds through player development or staff exchanges. However, not everyone is convinced. There are concerns being raised about whether the new owners truly understand what they're stepping into. Former Aberdeen chief executive Keith Wentz, who's also held high-level roles at Everton and Aston Villa, has voiced serious doubts. According to Winnes, sources close to the club have indicated that the 49ers are looking at Rangers purely as a business venture without fully grasping the cultural weight and social complexities that come with running one of the most iconic clubs in the world. He warned that Rangers isn't just another asset in a commercial portfolio. It's a club with over 150 years of history, deeply embedded in Scotland's social and political fabric. The passion of the fan base, the sectarian dynamics, and the emotional intensity of the old firm rivalry aren't things you can understand from the outside looking in. Winnes said plainly that the 49ers need to do more than just show up with money. They need to immerse themselves in what Rangers truly represents. Because this isn't the kind of club where you can treat it like a spreadsheet and expect it to run itself. For now, the deal hasn't gone through completely, and there's still time for all parties to align their vision. But supporters are watching closely, and they'll want to see that the people coming in aren't just here for a profit. They are here to honor the badge, the fans, and the incredible legacy that comes with calling Ibrox home. And speaking of legacies, another name that's been floating around lately is Giovanni van Bronckhorst, the former Rangers boss who took the club all the way to a European final just a few years ago, was asked whether he'd consider coming back if the new ownership wanted a familiar face in charge. His response was short but clear. That book is closed. Van Bronckhorst made it known that while he'll always be a Rangers supporter and has love for the club, he's not interested in returning to the dugout. Not now, not under new ownership, and not in the future. For fans hoping for a romantic reunion, it's probably time to let go of that idea. That said, the managerial debate is far from settled. With the season winding down and no permanent appointment, confirmed speculation is going to keep flying. Barry Ferguson has done enough to make his case, at least in the eyes of the players and a good number of supporters, but whether the board or the new owners, if the takeover goes through, share that same vision remains to be seen. The next few weeks are going to be absolutely crucial, not just in terms of results, but in laying the foundation for what kind of Rangers we'll be seeing next season. The stakes couldn't be higher. This season may have ended in disappointment in Europe and likely in the league, but Rangers is still a club with massive potential. The infrastructure, the fan base, the history, it's all there. What's needed now is clarity, ambition, and leadership that understands both the modern game and the soul of the club. Whether Barry Ferguson is the man to deliver that or whether it'll be someone else entirely, time will tell. Meanwhile, fans will also be hoping that the 49ers, if and when they take control, do more than just write checks. They'll need to prove they understand the weight of the shirt, the intensity of the rivalry with Celtic, and the expectations that come with managing a club that isn't just famous in Scotland, but known around the world. This isn't just a project, it's a responsibility. So with all of this unfolding at once, the end of a European run, a potential takeover, the search for a new manager, it's fair to say the next chapter for Rangers is going to be one of the most important in recent memory. Supporters will be watching every move, hoping that what comes next brings pride, progress, and maybe, just maybe, a return to glory. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to get all the exclusive news about Rangers FC. Don't overlook any details about your beloved team. It's crucial for Rangers FC fans. In a shocking revelation, James BISGROVE, the former CEO of Rangers Football Club, claimed that the current board of directors has several areas that need significant improvement. This bold statement casts a spotlight on the internal challenges that may be facing the iconic Scottish club, leaving fans and analysts alike eager to understand the full extent of the issues at hand. BISGROVE, who served as CEO from 2019 to 2024, emphasized that despite some recent successes, there are critical aspects of the club's operations that remain unaddressed. The board has many points to sort out, he said, without delving into specifics. His words raise important questions about the current leadership's effectiveness and their long-term vision for the future of Rangers. During his tenure, BISGROVE implemented several ambitious initiatives, including the Project 2022, which aimed to modernize Ibrox Stadium and celebrate the club's 150th anniversary. He also focused on expanding the club's fan base and increasing commercial revenues. His unexpected departure in 2024 left fans puzzled, and now his comments about the current board are drawing significant attention and scrutiny. Football analysts in Scotland suggest that BISGROVE's remarks could indicate internal tensions or differing views within the club's administration. The lack of clarity around which areas need improvement leaves room for speculation, with possibilities ranging from financial management and marketing strategies to on-field performance and squad development. As Rangers prepare for the 2025 season, BISGROVE's words serve as a stark reminder to the board that they must act swiftly. Whether the leadership will make the necessary changes or continue on its current path remains to be seen. One thing is clear, Rangers' future success depends on their ability to address these critical issues and restore the club to its rightful place at the top of Scottish and European football. Greetings, fans. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, as it's greatly appreciated by Rangers FC. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments section below. Until the next video, stay tuned.